Hi everyone! In today's video, I'm going to be doing a review of the new collection by Relove and Makeup Revolution, and I really wanted to do this because all of the products are less than $6. So let's see if they really work. So without any further ado, let's get started. Okay, I have to confess first, because you're gonna see that there is not first impressions or reactions like that during the video, because I already filmed this video and the footage got like messed up. So we're here doing it again. And this time, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to try to recreate the same look because I love the look that I created last time. And I'm going to be talking about the products and what I like about the product during the process, so the video is not too long and stuff. So what I ordered from the collection are a bunch of stuff. I took advantage of the price and actually tried to build like a full face type of thing. And I ordered the Super Matte Powder, which is supposed to have hyaluronic acid, be non-comedogenic and all that. The super highlighter, the shade I ordered was Rose. I also ordered the baby gloss, is super nice. The time I tried it on, it was super nice, and the shade I got is Sugar. I have two eye products, the Kohl eyeliner in black and the Blade brow pencil in dark brown. I also ordered the Glam lip balm in Pretty Peach. I already have it on and it's super nice. It's very moisturizing and it has a beautiful smell. I actually love this concept. This concept we already have seen in e.l.f. Cosmetics, these little palettes over here. Each of them are like $3 or $4, and one of them is the contour palette. I have it in the shade Sugar, and the duo blush and highlighter. This one I have the shade Daydream. And for the eyes, I have these beautiful mini palettes also. One of them came broken, so I guess I have to work around it, but this one I was very excited about because it was all matte. This is Motivate. The other one I got is Dreamer, which is a colorful one. Then we have here Courage. It's a beautiful like everyday type of palette. And I have Empower, which has a beautiful like pink and mauve tones. So let's start the whole thing. And I almost forgot, this is the most important thing. I ordered also the Super Serum Hyaluronic Acid Foundation. I have two shades here, the 10.5 and 8.5, because they didn't have their shade or my shade or nothing in between these two that might be my shade. So I had to order like the darkest one and the lightest one and maybe mix these two and see if something comes up. Let's start with the eyes first. I'm gonna be preparing my eyes using the Makeup Revolution Prime and Lock Primer. This primer is beautiful. I really enjoy it. It does work, like it does make your eyeshadow pop. I wouldn't say that it's a long-lasting product, but it does work. I would say if I have to rate it, I would say 4 stars. Why not? It's a very nice product, but not the best in the market. Okay, now that we have the primer on, I'm going to be using the Motivate palette, the one that's broken, because I really want to use this shade over here. It's a very nice transition color. I'm going to try to work around the mess from the broken shadow and see if I can use it without touching the other broken shade. And I want to use that one as a transition again. So with a fluffy brush, I'm going to be applying that in my crease area. I still want to post in my social media the pictures I took from the other makeup look that I did. So if you want to follow me on my social media, I'm going to be listing here my two accounts. I have a professional account and my personal. My personal one is the one that I usually use to share thoughts about products and mini tutorial videos and stuff like that. So that's the fun one, because the work one I try to only put whatever in the professional side I do. Let's move to the darkest brown, and I want to use a small brush for that. And I'm gonna use the shade next to the broken one, which is this dark brown here. It's more like a chocolate brown, and I want to smoke out a little bit my eyes. I'm going to try to do a similar look, but not exactly the same, because let's take advantage of the mistake and create something new and something better maybe. What I'm gonna do is try to elongate here the eyeshadow and make like a cat eye type of situation with that brown. Something that I have to say is that eyeshadows are very pigmented. At least the matte ones are very, very nice and pigmented. They actually work very nice. They blend very easily for being a $3 type of palette. You know that quality has nothing to do with price sometimes, but I have to admit that Makeup Revolution have been a little bit inconsistent in the quality of their products sometimes. Sometimes they do like wonderful eyeshadow palettes, and generally the collaboration type of palettes that they have, like the collaboration with influencers or beauty gurus or whatever, they tend to be good ones, but sometimes they come out with these collections and the products are not that good. Like for example, the Disney collection, I wanted it for like a collection item, but those shadows are very, very bad. Like the pigmentation is super poor, and you will expect that because the collection is very beautiful and everybody wants to have it and love it, that they will create something that is high quality, but in this case it's not. So that's unfortunate. In these ones that are super cheap, I can see that the quality is there. So you can take advantage of it if you want to actually have something. I didn't use last time this palette, the Empower one, so let's use it this time. And I want to use this shadow here. I want to take a fluffy but small brush, and with that I'm going to basically apply here next to the brown. And I'm on the top part of the brown, I'm going to do the same thing and basically mix the two shades together on top like this. So you can see a transition there from the red shadow, or this, it's not red, it's like a terracotta type of shadow. It's a weird combination, but trust the process, please. Perfect, that's beautiful. I really like, like I said, it's a weird combination, but I really like how it looks with the brown. Don't worry about the outside because I want to clean it up anyways to do like a sharp line here. So don't worry about that. I want to use this shimmer here and apply it in the center of the shade of the lid. Yeah, it's a beautiful shimmer. It's better than the one that I applied before. The one that I applied before was a little underwhelming to be a shimmer, but this one is very, very nice. And I'm only applying that in the center of the lid, taking it a little bit upwards towards the brow. Nice. I love it. Let's play a little bit with the colorful one. And what I'm gonna do is with this orange here, I'm going to apply the orange in the inner corner. So let's do that. Let me take a fluffy but flat brush like this one, and I'm gonna apply that orange in the inner. Let's see how pigmented it is. Does look good. It's not like the most pigmented orange I ever tried in my life, but for being a $3 product, it's not that bad. Using also a better base, like maybe if you use an orange base or a more pigmented eyeshadow base, it will work better, but it's not a bad product. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to apply some of these from the Courage palette, some of this shimmer here on top of that orange, because this shimmer is like an orangey shimmer. Maybe that would give it a little more of a pop there. Remember now, I used it with a little bit of Fix Plus because that shimmer was a little bit like difficult to apply. So let's do that. I'm gonna take a flat brush. I'm going to swirl the brush there to take a lot of product, and then I'm going to use some, actually I don't have my Fix Plus here, so I'm gonna use some water. That works too. I'm going to apply it. Yeah, it helped the shadow a lot when it's a little wet. Again, these are not like Pat McGrath type of shadows or Natasha Denona, but they're decent and they do a good job. Let me, again, little water. I'm gonna finish it patting a little bit with my finger. Okay, very nice. I'm going to leave the eyes how they are right now, and I'm going to clean up a little bit the outside. So taking this makeup removal wipe, I'm going to wipe the outside. And I did this shape because we're gonna use a little bit of the black liner that I got from the collection, so we can test it out. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna start doing this skin. So let's start with the foundation. Last time I had to take just a tiny bit of this one that was a little lighter than my color because I think they adapt a little bit to your skin, so the color like changes. You see this color is super dark if you see it next to my skin, and it's a little bit too pink for me, but when I apply it, for some reason it doesn't look that bad. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take just a tiny bit. I'm going to meet it here in this mirror, and I'm going to take just as much as I think I need, and then I'm going to take just a tiny bit of this one like this. You can see there it's super watery. You can see it's already dripping and everything, but it's a very nice, I really like the foundation. I think it's a very nice foundation. It does work, like looks super fresh in the skin, and I really like that part of the foundation. So I'm mixing the two colors right now with the back of my brush and I'm gonna apply it. If you see there, the color is not that bad. Like if you see it here. So let's do one side so you can see what I mean. And a little bit goes a long way because since it's super watery, it goes like super easily in the skin. It blends super nicely. It reminds me to the Ilia Serum Foundation. It's something like that. Like the consistency is something like that. Definitely not my color. I'm not saying that the color or the shade is exactly my shade. I'm not saying that. But if I get it in my shade, I think this would be a very nice foundation. They should come out. This is not a collection that's gonna be forever there. They should create a foundation like this with better range of colors so everybody can use it, and a little bit better with the undertones, because they were very little undertones and very little shades. So whether you have to play around, you have to buy 2 or 3 and mix them together, and that's it. They're inexpensive. They're $6 only, but if you have to buy 3, then you know it becomes expensive for some people. So you can see there, I did only half of my face, and you can see it's super nice and very fresh. My skin still glows, and I didn't have nothing under. I just put a little bit of moisturizer and that's it. And you can see that my skin still looks like skin. So that's something that I loved. What I'm gonna do is I apply a little bit more of the dark color because I think it's too pale and apply it on the other side. And the coverage, I would say, is like a medium coverage. You still can see your skin under it. So if you have to correct or anything like that, I would say do it before applying the foundation. But it's not a bad coverage. It's very natural. Those everyday type of look will be amazing with this foundation. But I'm mad that I don't have the correct shade for me. That's the only thing I'm mad about it. Especially here in my forehead, you can see it's super white. But I'm gonna take another brush with no product in it and just blend a little better my forehead and blend it a little better all the way so it doesn't look that bad. and take it to my neck, my ears. But I really like the foundation. It's very comfortable. Okay, so let's move to set the skin. First, let me apply a little bit of concealer. I'm gonna be using the Conceal and Define Concealer from Makeup Revolution. Also, I really like this concealer. It's like the Tarte Shape Tape. It's a little drying, so if you have dry under eyes like I do, I would say moisturize first. But it's a very nice concealer. The formula is very nice. It's super covering, like it has a great coverage, and it lasts very long too. I love the eye look now that I have everything, like the eye makeup and everything. The face makeup, oh my god, the eye makeup. The face makeup and everything. I'm loving how it's looking. I'm just correcting here because I put foundation on it. Let's move to setting now the face. For the under eyes, I'm gonna be using the e.l.f. Prime and Stay Finishing Powder because the other powder that I have from Makeup Revolution is a little too dark also for my under eye. For my face, I think it's nice, but for my under eyes, it's a little too dark. Let's do that quick. I love this powder from e.l.f. Love it. If you see it on the website, get it. Or if you see it in Target or whatever, get it because you're gonna love it too. It's super nice and blurring. And I love it for my under eyes. And you can use this powder if you have oily skin. First apply it all over your face and then apply your foundation, and this will help the foundation last longer and also get a little more matte that it is. This is the powder I got. Again, the shade I have is Warm Beige, and I'm going to apply it with this fluffy brush. The powder is super nice too. It melts into the skin. It looks super nice, and it sets the makeup very nice. But also they don't have like the best shades. So again, we are having the same issue than the foundation. The shades are weird, but the powder is very nice. And you can see I'm setting the foundation, but it doesn't look super matte or weird or cakey, nothing at all. It looks very nice. It still looks a little bit shiny and glowy and everything. So nice. I love that. And I think it could be a very nice powder to get to have in your purse and retouch during the day. That's that. Let's move to the contour. For contouring, of course, I'm gonna be using this palette. This palette is a little weird because the two shades here have a little bit of sheen to it. So if you don't like that type of products, you probably won't enjoy this contour palette. So what I do is I take a little bit of the middle one and just a tiny bit of this one, so I can create some depth into the powder. But it's a very beautiful shade. It's a little warm also. That's why I'm taking a little bit of the darker color to cool it down a little bit, because the dark color is a cool tone. And that will help me also warm up a little bit this foundation. Especially here, my forehead is super weird looking right now. So let's warm up the entire face. It's super subtle too, so this is not like your super strong contour and browsing duo. It's gonna be super subtle but super nice. I guess the whole theme of the collection was like makeup that doesn't look like makeup. Because everything is super subtle and super shiny, has little sheen to everything. The foundation is super nice and fresh. So everything is like super fresh. So now that I warm up a little bit the face, let's do the same here, my chin area. And I think I'm gonna leave it like that. Now I'm gonna apply a little bit of blush. And for blush, this blush is very pigmented, so you have to make sure that you go lightly with it. I'm using this fluffy brush from Katie Jane, and you have to apply it super softly because it's very pigmented. very strong blush, but it's a beautiful shade. And it blends super nicely into the skin too. So you can see there, went on super strong. I'm lightly touching the skin, like very, very lightly, and still you can see the shade there. And whatever is left in the brush, I love doing this on top of the nose, making sure that everything is very well blended. I like to take it a little bit up to the eyes, but I love the blush. It's very, very nice. It's a beautiful shade and it's super, super strong. I'm going to be applying this highlighter first, like I did before, but I'm gonna tell you right away, this is not like a very blinding highlight. It's very, very subtle. It's a beautiful shade, but it's super, super subtle. And I'm going to apply it first here all over. So you can see there that is super, super subtle. It's not the highlight that you use to maybe go out and stuff like that. This is like an everyday type of highlight, or the highlighter you use to go to work. That's super subtle, super fresh and nice. It is not glittery, but it's not super buttery either. It might bring your texture in the skin a little bit up, but it's not a bad highlighter. It does make your skin a little bit more texture than normal, but it's not a highlighter that's gonna make the texture horribly. Like, no, not at all. If you see it from far, it looks very, very nice. If you see it from close, then you can see your skin texture with it, which is normal. And I don't care about it. I'm the type of person that I really don't care about texture, but some people do. And I'm going to use this one because I want you to see the difference. And this one is a little bit more blinding. So I'm gonna be using that one only here on top. And you can see there, it's super, super blinding. This one is more like your highlight to go out and patty. But you can see there it's super blinding. And this type of highlighters, I like to use it only on top of the high points of the cheek and here in my nose. If I apply too much, I just use my finger to melt it, and that's it. I'm gonna leave the skin for now like this. I love how everything is looking. Let me just blend a little bit this highlight here because I think it's too much. I'll tell you guys, it's very, very blinding. I'm going to finish the bottom part of the eyes, or finish the eyes entirely. So let's do that now. And I'm gonna use a flat brush, and let's do this first. Let's do the liner. So I'm gonna be using the eyeliner. This is the Kohl eyeliner from the collection. I really love this eyeliner because it's super creamy and it glides super nicely. It's not waterproof, so please don't use it as your liner for every day. Use this if it's your liner for a base for an eyeshadow, or like I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna put it in the waterline, and then I'm going to apply a little bit of eyeshadow so I can set it so it doesn't move. So you have to set this eyeliner basically. If you use it as a liner on top of your shadow, like a regular cat eyeliner, then you have to set it with a black shadow. Remember, this is a Kohl liner. Kohl liners are generally for use as a base. So I'm gonna be doing something like that, and then I'm going to apply the brown shade. Last time what I did was I applied the black and I did a super like a cat eye type of thing, and it was very beautiful. But now I really want to smoke out the bottom lid. So I'm going to take this dark brown from the Motivate, the one that's broken. It is actually super, super dark. It's almost black, but not black yet. And I'm going to use it to set that liner in the bottom lid. Okay. And now that I did that, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take a pencil brush like this one and apply a little bit of from the Courage shadow palette, I'm gonna take this orange here. I don't want to do the other orange that I apply in the inner corner because I think it wasn't that exciting for me. I'm gonna take this orange and I'm going to basically smoke out a little bit more the bottom shadow. This look is super glam. But it's good. Like, for example, I love when I see tutorials. That's why I love Nikki tutorials, because every tutorial that she does, she creates something super nice and super like glamorous and sometimes very intricate. So you know how well those products that she's using actually work. Because a natural look, you can do it with everything. You can use any product to do a natural look. And any product will perform perfectly to do a natural look. But not all products perform nice whenever you want to do something more glam, more intricate. So for me, doing something like this will actually give you more confidence if you want to get this palette, that you're going to get a good product and you're going to get that results that you're looking for. Okay, perfect. Let's do the mascara. The mascara I actually didn't like much because it wasn't giving me much volume. It was giving me length, but not volume. I'm going to curl my lashes first. I think I need it. Okay, now that my lashes are curled, I'm going to apply the mascara again. It wasn't giving me much volume, and this is a volumizing mascara, so I was like, really? You're a volumizing mascara? But I want to apply it now so you guys can see it. It's alright. Like, if you use it for everyday use, it's fine. But it's not the mascara that's gonna give you much volume again. It's that type of mascara is gonna give you your lashes, but a little better, I would say. Okay, you can see there, like, it's not that bad, but it's not the best mascara that you will say, oh my god, yes, I need this mascara in my life. No, it's not that mascara. I already applied 2 coats of it on top, and for 2 coats it should look a little better, but for me they look the same as 1 coat. So okay, it is what it is. Again, it's not the best mascara in the market, but it's alright. Let's clean up in here because I messed up with the mascara. And let's move to the brows now. The brow pencil I really enjoy. It's very nice. This is the Blade Brow Pencil. The color I have is the dark brown. And I love it because it's a very tiny type of pencil. And I love that because that's how I like to fill up my brows, using a very tiny pencil, because I love creating hair-like strokes to basically fill between the lashes, like whatever hole or space I have in the lashes. I mean in the brows, oh my god. And the color is very nice. Even though it's dark brown, it's not too dark to be looking like a black type of brown, like a very dark brown. No, it's like almost the same color as my brow hair, which is very nice. And it looks very natural too. The color looks super natural. So I really like it. Definitely gonna keep using it. I love the eye makeup. I really love it. I use other shades. I created like almost the same shape, but not exactly the same shape as before, but something similar, but using different shades. And I really love how everything came out. You can see how everything works and everything. So I really like this eyeshadow. So let's move to the last step, which is the lips. Oh no, I almost forgot. I have this product called Glossy Fits, and it's a lash and a brow in the same thing. It's a clear gel. So let's do the brow clear gel to set the brows. And this one is not, again, it's not a bad product, but it's not the best in the market either. It does work, but it works on the quality for a drugstore product. On that realm, I would say it's a good product. But if you compare it to, I don't know, Anastasia Beverly Hills or Benefit or something like that, of course not. This is something of a less quality, but it's not like it doesn't work at all. I set my brows with it. It's fine. It's a nice product. Let's do the lips now. For the lips, I have only this, which is the baby gloss. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to apply a lip liner first to, you know, shape the lips. And I wanna do a very nice nude color. So let's do this one. This one is from ColourPop and it's called Drink. It's like a pinky nude, but I think it will look amazing with this eye color. Okay, perfect. That's the color. And the lip gloss is actually very, very nice too. I really love the formula. It's a little sticky, but I love sticky lip gloss. I think they last longer and they also look super glossy. And it has like a coconut smell. It's a very nice shade too, but it's a very, very nice lip gloss. And this is the final look, guys. As you can see, I did a very glam look, trying to use as much color as I could, and the eyeshadows perform actually very nicely. So my conclusion, I want to do like a general conclusion now, because on the previous video, since it was a first impression, like I had very vague conclusions because I didn't use the products again and I didn't know how they perform, but now I know. And I will say that my top product from the whole thing will be the eyeshadows. I really love the quality of them. Even though they are very inexpensive, they perform very, very nicely. I think you can do a very nice job with them. So I would say that would be my top product. And next to it, I will say the blush duo with the highlighter. The highlighter and the blush actually perform very, very nicely. My third one would be the foundations. I think if they will come out with more shades, or maybe a better undertone range and a better skin tone range, will be a very nice product, because I love how my skin looks, but I would love it better if it was my actual skin color. It doesn't look bad right now, like everything has been warming up. I have blush, I have bronzer, I have everything on, so it doesn't look that bad. But when you first apply it, like I look like Casper. So I would say the foundation will be my third place, but definitely work on those shades. Makeup Revolution, please. For the rest of the products, I would say everything else will be, for me, not necessarily a pass, but maybe not as necessary. Even though I love the powder and I love the formula, I don't think it's necessary, in the sense that the shade, again, is not the best, and they don't have like a translucent one or something, or at least I didn't see it on the website. So for me to say, okay, this shade doesn't work, but maybe if I try the translucent, it's gonna be perfect. So that's why for me, I'm like so with the powder. This contour palette is nice, but what I don't like is that it has a little shimmer to it. So it's not a product that you can use for everybody, or everybody will like it because of that. It has a tiny shine to the product, and the finish is a little weird, but that's the only thing about it. The blendability is very nice, but I don't like the formula with the shimmer. The brow gel is okay, it's alright. It's not the best in the market. I think you can get something better. Maybe e.l.f. has something better. I love $1 Billion Brows products, are amazing. So you can get something inexpensive and better than that. This highlighter formula is nice. It gives you a little texture, but it's nice. It's very subtle. Again, it's not the highlighter for you to blind your enemies, but it's gonna be the highlighter for you to use every day, maybe for work. If you're not a highlight type of person, but you want some sheen to your blush or to your bronzer, maybe you can use this. And the gloss and the balm, I think. Oh, and I have the two pencils. The two pencils for me are a win. This will be my fourth place, definitely. I love the kohl pencil. I think the kohl pencil is very nice if you want to use it as a base. If you do a lot of smoky eyes, whether they are colorful ones or they are black. Having a black base sometimes even helps the color that you put on top to look better. Of course, the color has to be very pigmented and rich. You cannot use a black shade or a black base if you're using like a pastel color, of course. But this pencil is very, very nice. And the Blade Brow pencil is super, super nice, very comparable to any of the other ones created by drugstore brands. Very nice, it glides very nicely, the shade is very cute, and I love how sleek it is. And the two lip products, I would say the balm is not a necessity. This is very comparable to the e.l.f. one. If you already have the e.l.f. one, then you don't need this one. If you don't own any balms from the drugstore and you want to try some, maybe you can try this one. I think this one is $3 and e.l.f.'s is like $5, but both of them work very nicely. My lips were super moist and super soft when I used them. And the gloss, I like the gloss, the formula. What I don't like is how tiny it is. Even though it's like a $3 product, I mean, it's super, super tiny. This is something to keep in your purse, definitely, but it's not a long-lasting product. So that's it, guys. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, don't forget to give me thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share this video with your friends, and I see you on the next one. Bye bye. Yo. Yo.